Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play of Europa Universalis Divine Wind. We're here playing Malacca, and good news everyone, I've been looking into how to pronounce some of the names of these countries. For example, this is not Acer, the producer of laptops, it is in fact Echa. Again, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but at least I'm in the right ballpark. This is still Brunei, so that's good to know. And yeah, here we have Malacca. Last time we took some provinces, these three provinces here in fact, expanding our borders, giving us a nice little choke point here in case any northern territories here form up and decide to attack us. We have a core on one province, Batani, that was given to us by a mission, but these two we don't have a core on. Basically the way the core system works is it represents the fact that you have a strong claim to a territory. You can either get one through a mission like we did here, or it will be granted to you automatically after 50 years. If you hold territory that you don't have a core on, you're going to suffer increased revolt risk, and you're also only going to receive 10% of the tax produced in the territory. Yeah, it just says here, the province provides 10% of its tax value extra to the government each 1st of January, whereas normally that would be 90% or 100% when you're given the fact it's a land province. So we still have the original problem that pretty much all of our territory does not have a fort. So the main emphasis is going to be internal, building the forts, getting something resembling an army. I've been using mercenaries, so I only really have the one set of troops, so that's job one really. In the not so distant future, I'm going to hope to expand towards Aceh and take some of their territory. They do seem to be having some rebel problems, so if that does get out of hand, it may be worth invading, seeing if we can't get something whilst they're down. But mainly internal focus, rebuilding some forts. To that end, I'm going to cut back on military spending, although we're not actually spending much, 0.3 ducats, and continue minting like a crazy person. Stability is not going to take that long to increase, even with no funding, so that's good to see. Okay, well with that, let's begin. You know, I think it's actually going to be worthwhile keeping maintenance up high. With this revolt risk, you don't want to be caught starting fights with troops with low morale. Okay, Makassar had just been annexed by Jeffries, and have I lost my boat? No, it returned. Okay, Aceh have sent us an insult. That's not good. Up until now they had been maintaining friendly relations. They granted us military access. I'm hoping in them cancelling that will be an indication of them going to war. Hopefully it won't come too much of a surprise. I'm going to build about 4 troops here. That should be enough to contain any rebellions. The main restriction here isn't actually money at the moment, it's manpower. You do need 1,000 men in reserve. Manpower is basically made up from the population of each province. You can build military buildings which will increase the available manpower. That's another insult I suspect will be invaded soon. Although the rebels are still there, so I'm very tempted to invade to take advantage of their misfortune, but I'm going to run the risk of overextending and losing the territory we've already gained. If we just had some force, it wouldn't be anywhere near as much as a quandary. So yeah, let's build one now. Ligor and Calantan are mainly the priorities here because they're the only provinces with revolt risk. Speed things up. There were lots of Let's Players of this game out on YouTube. One of my favourites, E-Strategy 002, he plays at full speed all the time. It's really amazing. I don't know. I can barely keep up with it on speed 3, so that's big props to him. I won't list everyone who does Let's Plays. I'm not trying to kind of leech any of their viewers or anything, but there are a lot of brilliant Let's Plays out there, much better than I'm doing, I'm sure. Okay, so in a year's... Okay, first of all I better get some troops up here. This game does have a habit of, well, trolling you basically. If it suspects you've missed something, it will try and take advantage of it. For example, here I'm building a fort, but if a group of rebels were to spawn and I had no army there, they would immediately take the province and we would lose that building. Okay, and Brunei going to war against Atcha. Ah, okay. Okay, this is the time to strike. I don't want to overextend, but if Brunei get territory here, they're going to grow stronger, and I need them to remain weak, or at least not grow any stronger. So I'm going to hope that the fort gets built before any rebels spawn, and we'll see if we can't take any territory here. I really hope the rebels stay there. As we cross this sea, we are going to incur a terrain crossing penalty to our combat, and they've just started moving. And that can be quite severe. That can be enough to tip the battle. Okay, so I've got 4 regiments built here now. I think it may be time to stop this insane minting. My inflation's only at 1.9, which isn't too bad, really. Inflation can very quickly get out of control, and it will kill your country. No question about that. Okay, they will leave the province on the 5th of October, so I don't want to arrive before them. Okay, 7. Let's go. In fact, have Brunei finished this war? No, but they do have an island here. I'm not sure if that was always there or theirs or not. Okay, another thing to be mindful of is the fact that Brunei are leading the war. So they will be able to force a peace deal, leaving us unable to do anything, or attack for another 5 years due to the truce. So I'm hoping I can get a quick concession of defeat, take some territories and get out of there before Brunei cede peace. Actually, I do want to peace out, so hopefully this won't be too difficult. Okay, I'm going to send 3 after them and send 1 here. Although the rebels are going here, so wait, stop. Okay, well they're fleeing, so 3 will go there, 1 there, and we'll hope for the best. 24th of December. we'll reach it before then, so if there is a terrain penalty to be had in this province, the rebels will suffer it, not me. In fact, we may get control of the province straight away, and if we're going to be very lucky, we could perhaps sneak some kind of a peace deal gaining the provinces, but this early on into the war, I'm not confident of being that lucky. We'll give it a try. Oh, they'll take 1, 2. They would let us have all 3! Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Right, this will separate Atcha from the rest of their nation, hopefully causing revolts, possibility of revolts around here. We're going to get 12 infantry, which is a heck of a lot. That's going to increase our revolt risk and make managing this area extremely difficult. But I'm happy with this deal. This is a nice chunk of territory. If Brunei take these provinces, a very quick annexation is in order of the capital. So yeah, I'm happy with this. Okay. So these provinces have now joined the great nation of Malacca. And I have very little way of controlling this. I'd really love to get more troops in here, but again, it's the manpower that's causing the problems. Yeah, each province I don't have a claim on. They've got about 8% chance per year of a revolt springing up. Okay, I'm very happy for the rebels to flee south. They're either damaging Atcha or damaging Brunei if they take this territory. It's all very good. Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so now we will refocus internally. I seriously underestimated the strength of Malacca as a country. I think the fact they have such a strong economy due to having a centre of trade here is really helping us. When I've played smaller nations before, especially in Europe, they've just got such a low earning potential. Even if you mint fully, you can still be running at a deficit. It's not a nice way to be. Okay, the war rages on. In fact, Atcha are launching a counter-attack here. It's only 1 troop, but Brunei only have, well, they've now got 2 troops, so I'm very happy to see both nations weakened. I mean, we've weakened Atcha, but Brunei still have an option of expanding here. Of course, if we get into a position of having forts in all our provinces, the next priority is going to be the navy. We definitely need a navy. I mean, if we have problems here, I need to get down to Aru, it's a heck of a long walk. With transports, that's going to be a much easier crossing, so yeah. Now, one of the features of Europa Universalis is that it's not all constant warfare, constant expansion. You can choose to play like that if you wish. And a peace has been formed. No, they're just taking control of rebels. Yeah, a large part of the game is spent in peacetime, just waiting for an opportunity to strike or expand, or focusing inwards. Ah, excellent. Oh no, hang on. Our policy of favouring the offensive is leading to our fortifications being neglected. Okay. So we can either gain defensive, all get a penalty to defensiveness in Kelentan, again with the pronunciation, for 10 years. I do want to remain offensive at the moment, especially in this stage of the game where not everywhere has forts. I think our main focus should be on beating armies. I'm not sure I explained it very well in the first video, but yeah, offensive really gives you advantages when facing off against other armies, like we have here. But it does give you a penalty when sieging forts. Defensiveness works contrary-wise. Okay, rebels have arisen in Kelantan. Thankfully the fort has been built, but it does still look to be as if it may fall quite soon. So I don't want to leave this territory. The fort's still building, and if we get a rebellion, we're going to lose it and the work. So let's see. They've just assaulted the castle, so they're at no morale. If we can get there, well, we're not quite there. We're going to attack them at low morale though, so hopefully we'll be able to get them. Okay, our beloved heir has died. A strange fever has claimed the life of your beloved heir, Parameswara. Parameswara? As the court sheds its clothes for blacker garments, it strikes you as a frail and transient thing life can be. Just as your thoughts are about to turn to the eternal, a young maid catches your eye. So you can find solace in the Lord and gain a temple in Perak, or find solace in the maid and get a new heir. I'm not sure if we can actually find out how old our current ruler is. His heir was quite old, so that would imply we're about to need an heir quite soon. Yeah, I'm going to get a new heir. I don't like the threat of having a regent's council. I don't expect to be going to war anytime soon, but having a regency council would mean that I wouldn't even have that option. Yes, just as I'd hoped. We were able to chase them off even though we were outnumbered because they had 0 morale. And we may, yes, we may beat them before December and wipe them out entirely. And that would be a good thing. It's such an annoying feature of this game to be constantly chasing rebels around. Each side will lose about 10 troops per fight, then they'll retreat, and you'll follow, and it just goes on and on. Okay, we've lost that. Okay, we are fighting. It's not going to be an instant decision. And in fact, because we are so outnumbered, yeah, we've lost that completely. That was a dreadful decision of mine. Hopefully these will be able to atone. Come on guys, avenge your brethren. Okay, do we want to run again to Perak? Ligo has a fort now, so I can move these troops back. It looks like I've gotten away with making a fort here. No rebels have sprung up. But Adshir are definitely in trouble. Okay, a victory but not a decisive one. Whilst that's going, we'll get another fort built here. It's just inviting a rebellion, it really is, but hopefully we'll be lucky. We've been extremely lucky in this game so far. I mean, they are a strong nation with the centre of trade here. The economy really does help, but you are surrounded on all sides by territories. Okay. Again we pursue. I'm very much aware that this stage of the game may not be that interesting to watch or indeed listen to me stating the obvious. And I did spend quite some time wondering how to film this basically, but yeah, I decided to just show you everything, all about the gameplay. Okay, yeah, that falls within a week. It's more than enough time to get down here. We can't attack HR until 1406, so it's definitely something we want to be ready for. Even if you and I don't take this territory, it does appear to have been lost to the rebels. Okay, and here we go again. I'm going to leave a set of troops behind. No doubt they'll end up fleeing back here again, but having a set of troops here may just be enough to wipe them out. And I'd really like to wipe them out. I bet you're shocked this battle is still going on, aren't you? Who could possibly have predicted it? I'd be happy if there was some kind of limit. Say for example you beat an army 5 times, say they get wiped out, because I love this game, I really do, but this kind of mechanic, it's so frustrating. I mean, even there, they were retreating, we beat them to the province, but because the month passed, they got reinforced, they cheered up, and now they're willing to continue fighting. Okay, I'm going to actually set my national focus here. It will increase the tax we get from surrounding provinces, which isn't really a benefit at the moment until we get cores on them. Ah, haha! Finally. But yes, there's a great deal of territories actually connected to this province, so it's going to be a good place to have it eventually. Okay, so right. Priority back to forts. Building one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's still 4 forts needed. I didn't realise I'd got back on minting. That's strange. I think sometimes when you go up in stability, this gets reset back to 0, you can no longer invest in stability because you're at the maximum, and that puts up your investment in different fields. But that's negligible, that's fine. Speed up again. Don't get too comfortable, I'm sure there'll be a rebellion very soon. The good news is, every time you defeat rebels, at least for the nationalist ones, the chance of a future rebellion happening does decrease, which is good. Fort in Johor. I haven't really touched on trade, mainly because I did plan to have a very aggressive expansion in this game, and doing so does incur a lot of infamy. And one thing infamy does is it drastically hurts your chance, the chance your merchants have of competing with other merchants. Okay, yep, more rebels. What a surprise. I'll get that reinforced because we are outnumbered. One nice feature the game has is that you can set the hunting of rebels to be automatic. Your troops will just follow them straight away. So I might do that. There's always a risk that they'll charge in unprepared and get killed, but I feel lucky. Unlike Asia, this should be resolved pretty soon, but they're either going to lose their provinces to rebels or Brunei. We, on the other hand, are still focusing on forts. Nothing's changing here. Pegu also seem to be having problems with rebels. They're pretender rebels, so we won't see any different countries breaking off. Pretender rebels just like to change your slider settings, I think, if you negotiate with them. Okay, another fort, please. Patani, Perak. So one more fort, and I'll drastically cut down on minting. Once that happens, I'm going to focus my research on government technology. The main priority here is getting a national idea. It's a big bonus that you can get depending on what you pick, and that's something that's very much needed. Ah, this event. It's legendary. Peasants are always superstitious, and the appearance of a comet in the sky has caused panic among our people. They are convinced that this is a sign that the end of times is near, or that something bad is going to happen in the near future. Now, I believe, from what I've read on the forums, that at the beginning, in the first iteration of this game, there was only one option, it's an omen. But in each expansion, they've added a different option, which does exactly the same thing. You rascals paradox. I'm going to say stop looking at the sky, because that would be really nice if they could do that. They won't, but it makes me feel better. I am happy with it as a game mechanic. I mean, the whole point of the game is to simulate running a country, and there are things that you just couldn't control as a ruler. Ooh, I'm going to block their retreats, hopefully finishing them off. Okay, it's not finished them off quite yet, but it did stop them retreating. So yeah, as a nation, there are things that you just couldn't control, and what the peasantry thought, their superstitions, was one of them. So whilst it's extremely annoying and frustrating more than anything, I am rarely sort of happy with it. Okay, 2 months and we should be able to get started. Peggy have warned us, that's a bit worrying. I don't plan to go to war for quite some time, but I'd rather not have to fight a two-front war. Any conflict will be heading south, so that's going to be extremely annoying having to worry about the northern border. Okay, that's time for... Oh, can I not afford it? No, I have no magistrate. I was so worried about the financial situation, I completely forgot that you need a magistrate. Okay, our inflation's sitting at 3.5%. It's not bad, really. It's manageable. Inflation is one of the things that can destroy your country. Okay, more rebels. This is making me feel a lot better about keeping military spending at maximum. The lower it goes, naturally, the lower morale your men have. Troops like to get paid. Okay, we have 2 years to pay back that loan, that completely unnecessary loan, completely avoidable loan, but grrr. And we have a magistrate, so let's finally get this last fort queued up. Oh, okay, we won. I didn't think we had, but okay, yeah, completely defeated. As you can see here, the revolt risks have come down from about 8 in each province to 5 in the territories over here, but still 8 here. Oh, 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 oh. Pegu have declared war. Khmer have joined in. Shan have joined in. Not sure where they are. Shan and Assam. Okay, I suspect that the main problem are going to be Pegu. So we need to get our troops up here pronto. Brunei have honoured their alliance though, so that's very good to see. And they do appear to have naval superiority as well. That stopped Khmer from loading troops up. The thing with a long stretch of land such as this is if you have naval transports, you can drop troops anywhere you want. And with me being stuck on land, I'd really have to walk a long way to get to you. In which time you can do a lot of damage. So the Navy's definitely got to be the focus soon. I don't see any troops coming from Pegu, so I'm wondering why they've declared war. They are at full capacity though, so here we go. 4. They're definitely going to beat us to this province. We're going to attack though. We'll incur the terrain penalty, but we do outnumber them slightly. Hopefully that's going to be enough. With Khmer suffering a naval defeat, I thought that would be a bit too optimistic. Okay. This is worrying. More war. Okay. So, Ayutthaya and Champa have declared war, which means, I suspect, that almost the entire northern region here, most of the Thailand area, have declared war. And on that exciting note, I think I'm going to call it here. There's a lot going on. We've achieved quite a lot. We have expanded, but things have turned very bad. Our allies may be able to help, but we're outnumbered on this front. We're going to be retreating. Well, as usual, thank you for watching. And yeah, thank you. Goodbye.